So having said that, in 5% and 18%, there are two slabs, and also a lot of benefits has been given around health, especially the health insurance. It is now at 0% tax, and also like you mentioned, sin goods tax, which is 40% and also has alcohol and cigarettes included in it. So how do you see this kind of change in the slabs and the taxation helping the lives, especially the lives of tier 2, tier 3 people? Because as per the studies, it is what I could see is that they do not have a lot of disposable income, and a lot of consumption of a lot of goods and services was not, they were not able to basically purchase those things. So if you can just explain us, how do you see, these things helping them?
See, at the outset, we must always understand that India has never been
Mm,
an export-driven economy. We've always been a consumption-driven economy because of our large market base, because of large population. We have very large market, and all the countries of the world, they want to come to India. They want to explore or exploit our markets, and this has been our strength. So so these kind of GST reforms, because through this GST reform, the government has tried to do exactly what what many industries also want, that there should be a friendly market. There should be a system where people have more money. See, what happened is that after COVID, our economy went in a structure which is many economists have called it a K-shaped structure. In K-shaped economic structure, although I do not agree completely to it, but I'm just giving you a perspective as to the one way of understanding our economic growth. That of course we are fourth largest. We are fourth largest economy, and we are poised to become third largest by 2030, and we are fastest growing economy. But there were some structural problems associated with the economy. With one of them, with decreasing or declining in disposable income being one of them. So the government had been very considerate about it for a very long period of time. It has been trying to boost up the consumption, because it knows that consumption acts like a multiplier effect. You see,
mm,
and the base for it is disposable income. If you have more income, so what will happen is that you have more leg room to invest more. You have more leg room to buy more, and that is how markets flourish. That is how it brings more work for industries. It brings more work for our service sector, and that's just how they employ more. They give more taxes to they have more benefits, so they can give more taxes to the government, and that is how entire structure was linked. But and when you rightly pointed about tier two and tier three, so let me point out this to you, that it is not just about tier two or tier three, but it is also these reforms are also very much linked to our rural sector. How I will explain this to you. That see, what used to happen is that the rural sector in India, the people from rural part of India, they used to come to these the cities for
mm,
in the non-agricultural season, non-sowing season, and they used to
mm,
work here, and then they used to go back. And what used to happen is that, because see,
mm,
if they come here, if they come to Delhi, they come to Mumbai, or they come to some big city, Kanpur, as a say industrial labor, as say you say construction worker. So what used to happen is, in the non-farming season, non-sowing season, they used to come here, they used to earn some money, and they used to go back and invest in that to invest back to their villages. And this investment was considered to be, what's a long-term investment, and this was considered material investment. For example, if they could earn some money, if they work for 3 4 years, they could earn some money, and they could create durable assets, like they could buy a tractor, like they could
mm,
send their girls to schools and colleges, like they could construct a toilet, or they could construct one more
mm,
floor in their building. So that is how they used to create a long-term and durable assets. So this is the linkage. But because of the earliest this inflation, and because of the structure of our economy that was created after this COVID, so people had very less income. Because of this less income, people could not invest more. People could not say spend more, and that is how our economy was tied up. And the government realized that because of this tied up economy, although you could say that every year GST, this We had a GST of more than 1 lakh crore rupees, GST collection of 1 lakh rupees. But there was structural problem associated with that.
Mm,
GST, as you know, is inflation based tax. So, for example, if a
mm,
product, if a product is of 100 rupees and it has a GST of 12%, so the you can say that the government gets 12 rupees. But if the product becomes of 200 rupees and GST remains 12%, so now the government gets 24 rupees. You see, so you can say that the government has got 24 rupees. So they have
mm,
their taxes have their collection has increased, but it is actually not because of the production or not of the consumption, but because of the inflation. See, and
mm,
now because they have understood the problems, and that is why they try to reduce the entire to reduce this. They've ended slab, and they have brought
mm,
more goods and services in the 5% sector. They have like ended this GST
mm,
on health insurance and life insurance because there were a lot of demands. So what will happen is that this will have more disposable income. And when
mm,
people will have more disposable income, and of course the
mm,
timing must also be appreciated because this is coming
mm.
when India is about to move towards a festive season. We have so many big festivals like Navratra,
Yes.
which is a pan-India festival. Now we have
Mm,
Diwali, which is the biggest festival of India,
mm,
and other
mm,
festivals coming up. So what will happen is that people
mm,
will have more money, more disposable income. So
mm,
if for example, if they wanted to buy, say, one mobile phone for their children, so maybe they can buy two mobile children, two mobile phone for their children. And
mm,
this actually, if you talk about it in the sociological perspective, this actually helps the women or the girls more because
mm,
if the income increases, so people in a society like India, people
mm,
have this mindset कि चलो आप बेटी को भी दे देते हैं. You see, this is the
mm.
fact that
Right.
if you have less income, then your priorities, especially in large part of Indian society, large
Mm,
priority is कि यार पैसे कम है तो चलो we must spend more on our we must spend money on our boys' education or our but when you have more income, then it also
mm,
gives leverage to or it gives more space for the people to invest on their women or in the health of their women or of girls also and education also. So I believe it has a very deep impact. It's not concentrated to one section of economy or one section of our society, but it has a very large impact on our country.
right, right.